From Mustang Field here at Laurel Highlands High School, it's time for high school boys soccer here on the South Union Township Sports Network as the Laurel Highlands Mustangs 7-3 overall, 4-3 in conference play, take on the Thomas Jefferson Jaguars, who have not lost a game so far this season. The Jags 9-0-1 overall, 6-0-1 in conference play. Alex Guy in his first year as the head coach of the Mustangs, Dr. Michael Kulish, a longtime head coach of the Thomas Jefferson Jaguars. As both Laurel Highlands and Thomas Jefferson fight for playoff positioning tonight, South Union Township Sports Network coverage, a joint cooperative venture featuring Township Supervisors Bob Schiffbauer, Rick Vernon, and Jason Scott, Armstrong Cable, Breezeline Cable, and our friends at CUTV, including Gary Smith. I'll turn it over to our public address announcer, Jason Taylor, for tonight's starting lineups and the national anthem.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Mustang Field, here on the campus of Laurel Highlands Senior High School. For tonight's boys soccer match between the visiting Thomas Jefferson Jaguars and your Laurel Highlands Mustangs. And now the starting lineups. First for the visiting Thomas Jefferson Jaguars. The Jaguars are led by head coach Michael Kulish, assistant coaches Michael Kulish III, Derek Bakewell, and Scott Graham. A senior midfielder, number 20, Owen Householder. On defense, a senior, number 11, Will Mosier. In goal for the Jaguars, a senior, number 13, Sam Wessel. A senior midfielder, number 18, Logan Barron. On defense, a senior, number 6, Enrique Ochoa. A senior defender, number 29, Jack Hill. A junior defender, number 8, Benjamin Powell. At forward, a junior, number 2, Gavin Kern. A junior midfielder, number 7, Tyler Strella. A junior midfielder, number 26, Jacob Serena. And a freshman midfielder, number 34, Tyler Serena. And now, the starting lineup for your Laurel Highlands Mustangs. In goal for the Mustangs, a sophomore, tonight wearing number 5, Roman George. On defense, a sophomore, number 6, Benjamin Anto. At forward for the Mustangs, a senior, number 8, Cole Radcliffe. A sophomore midfielder, number 16, Jefferson Hearn. A junior midfielder, number 20, Lucas Digia. A senior defender, number 22, Casey Mahoney. A senior defender, number 23, Brody Baker. On defense, a junior, number 28, Ethan Perkins. A junior midfielder, number 38, Matt Valencia. A midfielder, sophomore, number 42, Elliot Moore. And a forward, a sophomore, number 65, Jefferson Baker. Mustangs are led by head coach Alex Scott and assistant coach James Scott. At this time, we would ask that everybody please rise, gentlemen, remove your caps for the playing of our national anthem.
Just about set to go, the Laurel Highlands Mustangs and the Thomas Jefferson Jaguars. Some storylines coming in. The Mustangs, unfortunately, without their starting goalie Daniel O'Neill tonight, who bruised his sternum in a non-conference game yesterday against Connellsville. The Mustangs very shorthanded. His normal backup, Toby Downs, also unavailable tonight. Roman George will get the start in goal. I actually talked to Roman before the game. He said it's been years since he's played goal in any level of soccer, but he's going to give it a go for the Mustangs tonight. These two schools split the season series last year. Laurel Highlands winning a weather-delayed game that was started here at Laurel Highlands, completed at TJ in double overtime. The Jags, though, won the second game of the series last season. Thomas Jefferson also defeated Laurel Highlands 3-0 in the opening conference game of the season this year in late August. But the Mustangs in good shape to get back into the WPIAL playoffs after missing the postseason in 3 straight years. Thomas Jefferson, they've made the WPIAL quarterfinals the last 2 years, falling last year to Franklin Regional in that quarterfinal round after knocking off Armstrong in the first round. The Jags have won 7 of the last 8 meetings over Laurel Highlands over the last 5 years. And, of course, on the Laurel Highlands side, we'll have our eyes on Cole Radcliffe, who enters this game with 25 goals scored so far this season. Should be a lot of fun tonight. The Mustangs and the home Reds with white numbers, blue shorts. They'll work left to right as we describe it. Thomas Jefferson, the away whites with those very hard-to-read yellow or gold numbers with a little bit of black trim. They'll work right to left here in the first half of the game. Again, Laurel Highlands 7-3 overall, 4-3 in conference play. Thomas Jefferson 9-0-1 overall, 6-0-1 in conference play. And we were talking to a lot of the Mustang parents and even the coaching staff about why Laurel Highlands played that game yesterday against Connellsville, playing a non-conference game before a very important section match. And the coaching staff, of course, Alex Guy, a first-year head coach, had nothing to do with the scheduling, but I think a lot of the Mustang parents very upset with the fact that Laurel Highlands had to play a game yesterday, not only fatigued, but losing their starting goalie in the match as well. And the Mustangs will face that next week as well, playing Uniontown on Monday before traveling to take on South Fayette on Tuesday. And the Thomas Jefferson Jaguars, again, they've just been rolling through everyone they've played so far this season. They're well rested. They have not played a game since September the 18th, so 4 days of rest since their last win, which came over McKeesport. Mustangs control here early on. Jackson Aaron on the back line over to Casey Mahoney, and a little chip over to Brody Baker, trying to work down the near boundary. Ball is deflected out and ruled last off of the Mustangs going out, so Logan Barron will trigger it in here for Laurel Highlands. Again, in goal on the Thomas Jefferson side, Samuel Wessel, a senior, wearing number 13 tonight. Again, Roman George making his first starts in goal for Laurel Highlands this year, even though he's been a regular field player, and a good ball down the field there intended for Jackson Baker, but Samuel Wessel will send it the other way and out of bounds here on the near side, where Brody Baker will trigger it back in here for the Mustangs. Just underway, a minute in from Mustang Field here at Laurel Highlands High School. Brian Morozak along with you. Carl Childs behind the camera on our Facebook Live video feed, and Jason Taylor you'll hear from time to time on the public address system as well. Brody again tries to corral it in there. It's Elliott Bohr, deflected back on the Thomas Jefferson side. Mahoney a little bit of control there. Lucas DeGia getting the start with Daniel O'Neill out of the lineup. Basically DeGia taking Roman George's place in the field, and then George taking O'Neill's spot in goal. And George actually wearing Daniel's goalie jersey number 5 tonight, since Daniel will be unable to go this evening. But he is optimistic that he'll be able to get back in the nets when the Mustangs are back in action coming up on Friday night. Or check that, on Thursday night. The Mustangs will be on the road at Ringgold, another big section game. The Mustangs winning earlier on this year against the Rams here at Mustang Field. Hopefully Daniel's able to go for the Mustangs on Thursday night up at Joe Montana Stadium. Throw in here on the Thomas Jefferson side from Enrique Ochoa as the Jags try to set it up here in the Mustang zone, but some good defense there from Brody Baker trying to force it forward there to Cole Radcliffe. Again, Cole's been absolutely electric so far this season for Laurel Highlands. 25 goals scored so far on the season. Again, had a 9-goal game against McKeesport a couple of weeks ago, but goal differential, one of the tiebreakers for WPIAL playoff spots. So another reason why in these conference games you might see teams really pour it on, but sometimes it does come down to goal differential, and teams want to make sure they protect that. Jacob Serena looking on the far side for Thomas Jefferson. Ball goes out of play, and Laurel Highlands will send it back in. And again, Laurel Highlands will probably try to do everything they can tonight to protect Roman George, with George really not seeing any type of time in goal for Laurel Highlands. Mahoney on the lob down the field, intended there for Jackson Baker, and Jackson will head it along here for Laurel Highlands. Baker trying to dig it out of the corner, but he was the last to touch it as it goes out, and Thomas Jefferson will have the throw in as they work right to left as we describe it. You mentioned how solid Thomas Jefferson has been so far this season. Have not conceded a defeat so far this year. Did have one draw, and their lone draw so far this year coming a couple of weeks ago, I believe, against Bethel Park, and they're looking for an opportunity here. Nice little slide tackle from Jackson Nairn, knocking that ball away from a breaking Gavin Curran into the box. And Thomas Jefferson will have a corner kick here from the near side. Trying to strike first here against the Mustangs. Yes, the lone Thomas Jefferson draw against Bethel Park back on August 28th. Those two schools meet again this Thursday night. Jags take a corner over to the far post. Goes all the way through and out. So Laurel Highlands will have the throw. And again, those Thomas Jefferson yellow numbers, extremely difficult to read on those white jerseys. We were talking about that before we went on the air today, why some of these schools don't realize that hard to see yellow on the white instead of just wearing black numbered jerseys. Something certainly for coaches to consider in years moving forward. If Jason and myself don't get the name of the player that scored the goal right, that's one of the reasons. Certainly tough to pick up here in the press box, especially at night. Jags the last to touch it there. Laurel Highlands will take the throw in. Again, it'll be Brody Baker. Into Cole Radcliffe. Cole running down on the near side, and that run slowed down there by Jacob Serena. And Thomas Jefferson with Gavin Kerr as their main forward. We'll look for Gavin on that front line for the Jags tonight. Elliott Bohr there for Laurel Highlands, sending it ahead, very close to being offsides. I think Cole pulled back up there, thinking he might have been behind the last defender. And we have a Thomas Jefferson player down here with 34:09 left in the first half. And Jag trying to stay in the game right now. Looks like that's either Benjamin Powell or Enrique Ochoa. Looks like that is Benjamin Powell that was down. And Powell will take the throw in after the ball went out here on the near side. Headed back by the Mustangs' Ethan Perkins. Chip there from Radcliffe down on the far side. With a head of steam there was Lucas DeGia. And I'm going back there to Samuel Wessel. And TJ will try to reset here from their own zone. Less than 7 minutes in. Tyler Serena through the midfield. Played off to his right. Down from William Mosier. Up there to Logan Barron, who will send it high and wide of Roman George. Again, if you're just joining us, George getting the start in goal for Laurel Highlands here today with Daniel O'Neill out with a bruised sternum. Jackson Nairn will take the goal kick. O'Neill usually takes these for the Mustangs. TJ, though, gains control. We're trying to set it back up there with Tyler Chiarello. The play whistled down. Will go the other way here for the Mustangs. Nairn on the chip. Was intended for DeGia. Jags pick it back up here at the midfield. Up to Chiarello. Trying to find Gavin Kerr. Goes all the way through and out for a Mustang goal kick. Less than 8 minutes in. Again, Nairn to take it. And so far, Roman George is yet to be tested in goal for the Mustangs. Nairn will line drive down on the far side. Little roll outs. Last touch by the Jags, and DeGia sending it there to Matt Kolensik. Kolensik always solid out there for the Mustangs. Back to Nairn. Line it down on the far side. Radcliffe in pursuit. Cole now pulls up. Little low ball going wide of the Thomas Jefferson keeper, Samuel Wessel. Have a goal kick going the other way here as Wessel will put it down for the Jags. You're at the 31:05 mark of the first half. Laurel Highlands and Thomas Jefferson scoreless so far. Perkins going for the header. Mahoney had his back. And Perkins trying to chip it back ahead there, intended for Radcliffe. DeGia coming over. Elliott Bohr sending it off to his left, but the Jags with control, breaking back into the Mustang zone. Down intended for Gavin Kerr, and Roman George will scoop it up there for Laurel Highlands. George will roll it back out to Jackson Nairn. His right to Casey Mahoney. Mahoney trying to go back to center. Jags knock it down on the body of Logan Barron. Barron down the near wing again to Gavin Kerr, trying to work here on Mahoney. And played back the other way. And out here at the midfield stripe, Enrique Ochoa will hand it off here to Benjamin Powell. He'll take the throw-in. Powell on the lob off the body of Gavin Kern. Mustangs trying to turn it the other way, but the Jags will chip it down in the Laurel Highlands zone with Mahoney defending. Thomas Jefferson trying to set it up there with Logan Barron. Back to Kern and through and out here over the near boundary line. We'll get our first sub of the night, occurring here at the 29-24 mark of the first half. Looks like it's going to be Jackson Baker exiting here for Laurel Highlands. They'll actually switch positions up a little bit with DeGia taking his spot here on the near side. And I think that's Chase Hall on the far side coming in, wearing number 10. Jags with it here. Tyler Chiarello. Low ball top of the box, and Hall able to control it there off the deflection for Laurel Highlands. Lob back down to Radcliffe. It'll go off of Colin out. Another Thomas Jefferson throw-in. Certainly we had a game that came right down to the wire the last broadcast we had here on the South Union Township Sports Network. The LH boys losing in overtime to Bethel Park in a very emotional game. It was played here last Tuesday. LH girls will take on TJ here tomorrow. That'll be a TV game for you as well. Carl will be behind the camera with Josh Scully on the call here on the South Union Township Sports Network tomorrow night. The LH girls and Thomas Jefferson. Mahoney went down defending his own box there with Gavin Kern trying to lead the Thomas Jefferson attack. It's ruled, though, off of Mahoney and out. And it'll be a Thomas Jefferson corner kick here at the 27:50 mark of the first half. And this match still scoreless. Little lob going back on the far post. And a foul will be called here on Thomas Jefferson as Benjamin Antle was knocked down. Jackson Nairn will take the free kick. Nairn will line it back, went through Perkins. Deflected off of a Jaguar going out. And Lucas DeGia will take the throw-in. They shall hand it off here on the near side to Brody Baker. Brody on the lob. Mustangs unable to control, and Gavin Kern back on it for Thomas Jefferson on the counterattack. Ben Antle stepping in. The Mustangs will try to settle it back, and Matt Kolensik over there back to Antle. And that one going off of Laurel Highlands and out. William Mosier will take the throw in there for the Jags. Nairn defending along with Antle. TJ looking for the crosser. They have it here out in front. Never got back to the goal as Casey Mahoney knocked it down. Jags still buzzing. Low ball going into the box again, cleared out on the Laurel Highlands side. Last clear out there from Brody Baker. Now Hall there, back to Antle. Front of the bench to Hall again. Last touch by the Jags going out. Mustangs control here again. Kolensik looking for Elliott Bohr. Goes wide to Lucas DeGia. On the back line to Mahoney. A little lob wedge in Radcliffe's direction. Headed again by Bohr. Now a foul called. Let's see which way it's going to go. It'll go on the Mustangs. A little too aggressive there on the play down. Samuel Wessel, the Thomas Jefferson keeper, will take the free kick almost 15 minutes in. Wessel on the boot, headed back on the Laurel Highlands side. Into open space. Controlled by Benjamin Powell. Trying to push it forward in Gavin Kern's direction. Got pinballed back to center. Kalensik on the settle back. George on the clear out. William Mosier there on the Thomas Jefferson side. Moore trying to spin it around. Logan Barron there trying to force it up to Gavin Kern. Casey Mahoney did a nice job again for Laurel Highlands to slow the rush down. Now the Jags trying to go wide here on the near side. They'll keep it alive in the corner. A little center back. Look out here on the blast. A diving stop for Roman George. So George tested for the first time in this match, up to the challenge with a big save for Laurel Highlands. Again, if you're just joining us, normal starting keeper Daniel O'Neill out of the lineup with a bruised sternum. George usually starts in the field, getting the start in net and keeping this match scoreless with 23:40 left here in the first half. Jet Yager now in for Laurel Highlands, seeing his first match action. Yager wearing number 21. Mustang Jr. Laurel Highlands with some control here on the near side. Yager on the ball. Trying to get it down to Ethan Perkins. Jags find it again. Benjamin Powell was knocked down earlier. Staying in there. Jacob Serena a touch. Trying to get it forward there to Gavin Kerr. And the Mustangs pick it up again, and Cole Ratcliffe will settle it back again to Jet Yager. Mustangs the last to touch it there going out. And TJ will send it the other way. Match still scoreless, 22-37 left here in the first half. Again, these two teams met the first section match of the year back in late August. Thomas Jefferson won that match at home by a score of 3-0. The two schools split the season series last year. Jags buzzing here from the far side. A little crosser out in front. Deflects back into open space. Opportunity there from Ochoa. And the nice deflection high of the net from Roman George. And Roman, two big saves here early on for the Mustangs. Did a nice job there with a little bat. Sending it over the back bar and out. Of course, George not quite as tall as Daniel O'Neill, so you certainly lose some size in there as well. But George giving it his all, and he seemed excited for the challenge. And I had an opportunity to talk with him before the match today. Well, rolls back here on the near side. Almost looks like they're using a blue ball here today as well instead of the normal white ball you usually see. A little color in that. A little silver and green. I could be wrong, but most of the other ones it seems like we've had so far this year have been white. Ochoa on the chip going on the back post. A lot of traffic out in front, and a huge little chip out there from Jackson Nairn, who was protecting the back line. And again, they'll send it in George's direction, who pokes it out this time for Laurel Highlands. So the Mustangs, a team effort defensively, have not allowed a Thomas Jefferson goal here in the opening 19 minutes plus. Wessel out of his own goal. Casey Mahoney on the other side. Forward to Elliott Bohr. Bohr in traffic. Chipped back by William Mosier. That's Matt Kolensik there on the Laurel Highlands side. Kolensik, fancy moved there down the far boundary, trying to stay with it for Laurel Highlands. Jags send it out. Mustangs on the throw-in, back in Kolensik's direction. We'll chip into the box, and 0-1 home. Closest Mustang there was Yager. And Sam Wessel will corral it down. This match marks the beginning of the second half of the soccer season. As far as section play is concerned, these two schools met back in late August to get section play kicked off. There's a little lob in the box. George coming out and making another save for Laurel Highlands. Gotta like his aggressive play so far. Send it out in Ratcliffe's direction. And the Jags send it into their own bench. Chase Hall will take this throw in. Benjamin Ansel checking out on the Laurel Highlands side. We believe Jackson Baker back in. I'll double check the other entry here in just a second. The Jags with some open field here on the counterattack. Send it off here on the near wing. Logan Barron. A little deflection back. Jet Yager looking for control, and then it's sent wide of Roman George on the far side. It'll be a Mustang goal kick. With 18-12 left in the first half. Jackson Nairn will put it down here for a goal kick. It's headed down by William Mosier. And the Jags should be the last to touch it there going out. They were. It'll be a Laurel Highlands throw-in. Again, the Mustangs back in action Thursday at Joe Montana Stadium in Carroll Township, taking on the Ringgold Rams. LH girls here taking on Thomas Jefferson tomorrow. Again, we'll have that game for you here on the South Union Township Sports Network with Josh Scully and Carl Childs. I'll be back with you for soccer on Monday. Laurel Highlands Uniontown doubleheader over at Bill Power Stadium. Girls game at 5:30, boys game at 7:30. They're actually playing a middle school game down there as well at 4 o'clock between the two schools. LH boys then back on the road Tuesday at South Fayette. I believe the girls are home here against South Fayette on Wednesday of next week. And then the boys will take on Trinity next Thursday. We'll have TV games for you Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday next week. Of course, high school football every Friday as well. Laurel Highlands homecoming this week against Chartiers Valley at 7 o'clock. A busy couple of weeks up here at Mustang Field. Second of back-to-back home games for Laurel Highlands this Friday on the gridiron. Give the Mustangs credit here today. Short-handed. Played yesterday, actually knocked off Connellsville 4-3. First game for Thomas Jefferson. They're well rested since their win last Thursday over McKeesports. And again, we questioned some of the scheduling coming in. A lot of the parents extremely upset about it, as well as Jet Yager tries to bring one down, because this has happened numerous times over the years where the Mustangs, before big section games, have scheduled meaningless non-conference games, when a lot of times those games could be scheduled on a Saturday or at the end of the season, and really puts the Mustangs at a competitive disadvantage. And it's pretty frustrating to see that continuing to happen on a year-to-year basis. And I asked Alexander Guy, the Mustangs head coach, about it. Of course, he said he had nothing to do with the schedule. It was already done when he was hired here, but you just wonder why. And Laurel Highlands will do it again next week with playing Uniontown on Monday before a big section game at South Fayette on Tuesday, and hopefully that does not put the Mustangs at a competitive disadvantage. Jags buzzing here, looking for a little crosser out in front of George. And TJ the last to touch it going out. But if you noticed, and this isn't the first time we brought it up, we've brought this up numerous times over the years. In these types of situations, the Mustangs always play is always off the day before. It just seems like Laurel Highlands is always playing those non-conference games the day before big conference matchups. And if you look at any other level of soccer, MLS, the Premier League, college games, teams very rarely play more than 2 or 3 times a week and never on back-to-back days. And it really puts a test on the Mustangs' stamina, especially when you have so much on the line in a game like tonight against Thomas Jefferson. And when your team loses their starting goalie in that match and he's not able to play here today, it certainly even hurts a little worse. But the Mustangs doing a great job here tonight. We'll see if they can pull it out against the Thomas Jefferson team that hasn't lost a game all season. And Cole Radcliffe, a nice little run here for Laurel Highlands into the box. Cole looking for a little chip. And the save there from Samuel Wessel. Again, Cole coming in 25 goals. Scored already this season. Saw a post on social media where Cole last week broke his sister Jocelyn's scoring mark that she had while she played at Laurel Highlands for the girls team. Of course, Jocelyn graduating class of 2024. Another blast from Cole with a lot of heat on that one. Just sent it high and wide here on the near side, but a good look there for Cole Radcliffe. The Gia back in on the Laurel Highlands side. We'll get a change here for Thomas Jefferson as well as Logan Barron will exit. I think that's Gavin Kern back in, it is. Kern back in for Barron for Thomas Jefferson. And Kern has it right now. Play it back to Benjamin Powell. To his right, I believe that's Roman Minda. Who also checked in not too long ago. This one will roll back to Roman George. The Mustangs playing a solid first half. This is the type of game you want to try to keep low scoring. And put as much protection around your keeper when you're basically down to a keeper that really hasn't seen much action in goal at all throughout his career in Roman George. Laurel Highlands throwing here from the far side. Going into Hall. Crossed out in front. Radcliffe knocks it down. A turn and shoot just missed wide on the far side. Great scoring opportunity there for Cole Radcliffe. And boy, would this Mustangs team get excited if they were the first to strike here tonight. Out of goal, Wessel knocked down. Radcliffe coming forward and cleared out by Ochoa. But Radcliffe buzzing, a lot of energy there on the Laurel Highlands side. And Radcliffe forcing a quick knockdown. And now the Mustangs can set it up here with 11:10 left in the first half off the throw-in. It's lobbed high into the box. Ball still loose. Hall had an opportunity for it. Headed back by Jackson Baker. Radcliffe there on the far side. He'll keep it alive. And a blast. Just going wide on the near side. I think that was Jackson Baker that took it. Mustangs doing a good job to work the ball. Played almost a half hour of soccer. This match still scoreless. Mosier setting it off on the far side for Thomas Jefferson as they work into the box, went all the way through on the near side. The Jags could have knocked it down. They actually had an opportunity with a little open space on the near side of the goal. Were unable to send it in. And the Mustangs will be throwing going the other way as we go under 10 minutes left here in the first half. Laurel Highlands and Thomas Jefferson remaining scoreless. Ball will go out here on the near side. And a pair of changes now for Thomas Jefferson. The one thing Laurel Highlands has certainly shown so far this season, they can play with anybody. You go back to last Tuesday's match with Bethel Park. Remember, Bethel Park and Thomas Jefferson played to a draw earlier on this year, and the Mustangs took Bethel Park in front of a hostile crowd to overtime before the Blackhawks knocked off the Mustangs. Benjamin Powell on this throw-in. No one knocking it down there on the Thomas Jefferson side. Allows the Mustangs to win the ball back. Cole coming back here, 1-on-4. Tough to win that battle, and William Mosier sending it back the other way for Thomas Jefferson. On a far wing to Owen Householder. We go back into the box, scooped up there again by Roman George. Now you talk about a great team effort so far. Laurel Highlands playing a fantastic game so far tonight. Having this one scoreless as we approach the halftime break. Jags back to Gavin Kern. Lobbed on the far side, deflected. Hall trying to clear it out. Going down to William Mosier again. Mosier trying to go wide there on Jackson Baker. Those two battle. Mosier trying to keep it alive, but Baker able to find the loose ball there for the Mustangs. In the direction of Cole Radcliffe, and Radcliffe's going to find it. Ended up being a pretty through ball. Radcliffe pulling up, looking for some reinforcements. Has it there from Elliott Bohr. Bohr near side, Lucas DeGia. A little chip back there to Chase Hall, who lost control. And now Thomas Jefferson on the counterattack. They come free past Mahoney. It's sent off to Gavin Kern. And then centered behind Chiarello. Contact here in the box. No whistle. We play on. And the Mustangs find the loose ball breaking back on the far side. And the look for Cole Radcliffe. The play's on sides. Look out here. Radcliffe with the chip. Just going wide on the near side as he was looking for number 26 on the season. Well drawn up again. So much hustle from Cole Radcliffe. Now Samuel Wessel will put it down. Wessel back through center. A little fight here on the near side. We get the foul call there on Elliott Bohr. Looked like that could have went either way as he was fighting Jacob Serena there on the Thomas Jefferson side. The keeper Wessel to take this free kick at the 6:07 mark of the first half. Wessel gets it into the 18-yard box, and Roman George a little hop there to bring it down for the Mustangs, and George a pretty boot back to center in Cole Radcliffe's direction. TJ looking to clear. Bohr knocks it down. Looking for the through ball. Wasn't on the same page as Radcliffe that time. DeGia trying to knock it down. Bohr a touch. Back to Cole again. Cole with 3 Jags around him. Thomas Jefferson trying to limit Cole's open space. If you look at what he's been able to accomplish so far this season. Gavin Kern going the other way for Thomas Jefferson. 5:25 left before halftime. And a shot just going wide from Tyler Chiarello. And the Mustangs will get a goal kick. Jackson Nairn again to take it. Mustangs looking to get back into the playoffs for the first time since 2021. They lost to Moon in the first round. Currently holding down the fourth and final playoff spot in the section right now. A positive result here at home against Thomas Jefferson could certainly enhance those chances and put the Mustangs even in a better position. And Radcliffe trying to come free here again. Radcliffe tripped up. No foul called again. The officials so far on both sides are letting the kids play. That one was close, though. Would have been just outside the 18-yard box, but still a lot of contact. DeGia on the throw. Radcliffe trying to get free. The Jags will try to lob it back to center. There'll be a lot of play with 4:05 left here in the first half. A credit Laurel Highlands again so far in this match. They've played toe-to-toe with Thomas Jefferson through 36 minutes. It's hard to tell out there which team has not lost a game so far this season. Nairn will push it over to Elliott Bohr. To get it back in Cole's direction. This one sent on goal, and Roman George making another save there for Laurel Highlands. Roman with some nice boot outs today as well. Mustangs look to control. Elliott Bohr had Tyler Serena behind him, and they'll try to set it up here on the Thomas Jefferson side. Nairn knocked down the centering attempt. Jags trying to circle it back again. Laurel Highlands sending it out. Will be a Thomas Jefferson corner kick as we approach the 3-minute mark of a scoreless game here in the first half. Thomas Jefferson and Laurel Highlands. Brian Morozak with Carl Chowns behind the camera on our Facebook Live video feed here on the South Union Township Sports Network. I have to thank our township supervisors, Jason Scott, Bob Schiffbauer, and Rick Vernon, for all they do and allowing us to bring you these high school soccer games here on the South Union Township Sports Network. George getting a piece of that one. And another little sidewinder coming in his direction that George was able to deflect away. And George coming through with some huge saves for Laurel Highlands. Nairn on the little head out. Elliott Bohr trying to poke it back. The Mustangs certainly have put more protection on the back line tonight without their starting goalkeeper Daniel O'Neill. But to his credit, Roman George has done a fantastic job holding down the fort for a kid that does not have much experience at all playing goal. .152 now left before halftime. Near side to Gia. The advantage of the Mustangs' play style today is, of course, you have a player as explosive as Radcliffe on the top of your lineup, and all it takes is for him to break one on the Laurel Highlands side, and you protect the back the whole way. You end up with a win at the end of the night. It's a lot of soccer to play, though. 75 seconds left here in the first half. And he credited Alex Guy for his strategy coming in, giving the Mustangs the best opportunity they have to win against a talented team like Thomas Jefferson without their keeper. That appeared to be a flop there from Gavin Kern. Officials saw it that way as well, did not send the play down. And now DeGia threw the shoulder in a little bit there, trying to win it back for Laurel Highlands. Back down the near line, Benjamin Powell goes into the corner. Gavin Kern looking for the crosser out in front. And then Jackson Baker will lob it back. We have a Jag down on that back corner line. 30 seconds left here in the first half, and DeGia certainly initiated the contact there and will pick up the foul and might even pick up a card. He's going to get yellowed. He got red. Tossed out. Now that did not appear to be red worthy by any means. He threw the shoulder in. Should have been a yellow, not a red. And if that's a hard red, the Mustangs are shorthanded the rest of the match. And especially for the officials who kind of let things play and let the kids play the whole match, to throw a hard red on DeGia there with 17 seconds left in the first half was really not card-worthy as far as a red. I did think a yellow was deserving there for DeGia. And then we still have a jag down. We'll try to identify who that player is as well. Jason's telling me he thinks that's Gavin Kern. Try to get our camera to pick up a hard number there. 17 seconds left in a scoreless game, but the Mustangs will be playing with 10 the rest of the way. You thought it was hard enough without your starting keeper. Now you go down a man. You have to be down a man for over 40 minutes of soccer. And I'd like to see what the officials saw in that case to warrant a hard red there versus just a yellow. And yes, DeGia threw the shoulder. But I didn't think it was anything flagrant to warrant a hard red card in that situation. And with that hard red, DeGia would also have to miss the match coming up on Thursday as well against Ringgold. And that is Kern, injured on the Thomas Jefferson side, so he's going to get helped off. And Thomas Jefferson will have a free kick. And the Mustangs just 10 on the field here for the rest of the way. For a lot of the folks that say soccer's not that exciting, I don't think they come out and watch too many matches. Like every time we do a game out here, you got a lot of drama. Officials still talking things over. Again, they changed the rule 2 years ago. If you get a double yellow, it becomes a soft red where you don't play a player short. In that situation, DeGia shown a straight red, which constitutes a hard red, and means the Mustangs are a player short. And he's also suspended a match, which means he would not be able to play on Thursday against Ringgold. The officials appear to have everything finally sorted out. It'll be Benjamin Powell to take this free kick 35 yards out here for Thomas Jefferson with just 17 seconds left on the clock here in the first half. So Powell will take it. Mustangs headed out. Radcliffe will try to break. Down to 9 seconds left. Ball goes out on the far side. Laurel Highlands now in no hurry. Down to 2, down to 1, and we'll play a half of soccer here at Mustang Field tonight. This one's scoreless between Laurel Highlands and Thomas Jefferson, but certainly not short on drama. So scoreless here at halftime on the South Union Township Sports Network. Laurel Highlands and Thomas Jefferson. We're back with more in just a moment here on a Tuesday night.
Hard work, respecting others, and being a good team member are values that South Union Township Supervisor Jason Scott knows well. Whether he's running a machine, repairing storm drains, operating a plow truck, or working with his fellow supervisors on economic growth, Jason Scott is working every day to keep residents safe, maintain the strength of our local businesses, and enhance the quality of life in South Union Township. Best wishes for a great season from Jason Scott, who would appreciate your vote for Township Supervisor.
Paid for by the candidate.
At what point did everything change?
When did service get taken out of service industries? It's too bad, because people are busy these days. At life, at work, at play. When it comes to your hard-earned money, you want service. Real service. From a person you know and a face you trust. At a bank where changing with the times doesn't mean leaving people behind. We're proud to be a part of your community. We're United Bank, at your service.
Hello, this is Jeremy Davis from the law firm of Davis & Davis. We have been helping the great people of Fayette County for over 45 years with personal injury claims. If you are hurt or injured, call our law firm today for your free consultation. Remember, the insurance companies are not on your side. We will personally come out and meet with you. Call us at 724-437-2799. We have helped people like you recover millions of dollars. You will not pay anything until we win your case. We will
Bad
fight
hair
for you.
day? Bad day at the office? Bad day behind the wheel? Hey, stuff happens, even to the best of us. At least your car insurance rate doesn't have to take a hit. Get Erie Rate Lock from Erie Insurance. Gives you a great rate that stays put until you change a car, driver, or your address. Plus, seriously good service. Now that's something to smile about.
Your Erie agent in Uniontown and Ross Traver Township is Sprowell's Insurance Group, 724-437-9812, or go to sprowellsinsurance.com.
Erie Rate Lock does not guarantee continued insurance coverage and is not available in all states.
Smith Lewis Chess CPAs in Uniontown is a proud supporter of youth sports. Smith Lewis Chess was established in November of 1988 with offices in Uniontown and Indiana, PA. Their firm was established with professionals capable of providing a diversified range of services with a commitment to quality control and at the same time providing opportunities for their employees to experience interesting and rewarding careers. Contact Smith Lewis Chess CPAs in Uniontown today. They are located at 670 Cherry Tree Lane in Uniontown. Phone 724-438-7088. That's 724-438-7088 for Smith Lewis Chess CPAs in Uniontown. Scoreless here at halftime. Mustang Field, Laurel Highlands High School boys soccer. The Laurel Highlands Mustangs and the Thomas Jefferson Jaguars get one of the storylines coming in. The Mustangs playing without their starting keeper Daniel O'Neill tonight, out with a bruised sternum, suffered yesterday in a non-conference game against Connellsville. But the Mustangs have gotten a solid performance out of Roman George. Good protection in front of him as well, holding down the Thomas Jefferson Jaguars. But Lucas DeGia picking up a hard red card for the Mustangs with 17 seconds left in the first half. We'll have Laurel Highlands playing a man shorts the rest of the way. So Laurel Highlands in the second half will be playing with 10 instead of 11. With Roman George in goal, should be a very interesting second half. Again, our match coverage tonight brought to you by Smith Lewis Chess CPAs in Uniontown, Davis & Davis Attorneys at Law, the Sprouse Insurance Group, and insurance agent David Hughes, SWGI specialist, now part of U.S. Digestive Health, Chesler's Fine Furniture at 51 north of Uniontown, the UPMC Rehabilitation Institute, and physical therapist Jim Burns, United Bank, the Laurel Highlands Boys Soccer Boosters, and South Union Township Supervisors Bob Schiffbauer, Rick Vernon, and Jason Scott. I'm Brian Morozak with Carl Child. Scoreless here at halftime. Laurel Highlands and Thomas Jefferson. Second half match action comes your way next here on the South Union Township Sports Network.
Some things just go together, like bread and butter, blue jeans and Saturdays, best friends and phone calls. And a great match? You and discounts from Erie Insurance. It's like this. Safety features in your car will have you paying less for your auto insurance. And pay off your Erie auto policy all at once, and you'll save up to 7% more. On your homeowner's policy, you earn discounts that start at age 46 and go up each time you celebrate a birthday. There are more discounts, too, for things like home safety features and even teenage drivers. And the savings keep adding up. When you have your auto and home covered with Erie, you get a discount. Buy a life policy with us, and the savings can get even better. At Erie Insurance, above all in service means making life a little easier on you and on your wallet. Your Erie agent is waiting for you. Your local Erie agent is Sprowell's Insurance Group, 724-437-9812, or go to sprowellsinsurance.com.
Discount terms and amounts may vary by state. See your local Erie agent for details.
This is Dr. Alyssa Lorenz of U.S. Digestive Health in Uniontown, Pennsylvania. Common issues like difficulty with swallowing, frequent heartburn, recurrent abdominal pain, bowel habit problems, and rectal bleeding are often easily diagnosed and treated. Dr. Calabrese Stokes, Hoppy, and I are local gastroenterologists that are here to help. For more information, call our Uniontown office at 724-437-7677.
The UPMC Rehabilitation Institute on Wayland Smith Drive offers cutting-edge physical therapy. Jim Burns and his staff are residents of the community, treating sports injuries, neurological conditions, back pain, sprains and strains, joint replacements, hand injuries, and other conditions. They treat you efficiently and safely by taking all necessary precautions while disinfecting the clinic regularly. All insurance accepted. Experienced therapists. Convenient location and hours. Part of the community. Call the office with a prescription from your doctor or schedule by direct access 724-437-7500. If it's time for a change in decor at your home, let the trained staff at Chesler's Fine Furniture work their magic. The August store-wide furniture clearance is going on now. There are no gimmicks involved, just great values and old-fashioned service. Chesler's offers the finest in name-brand furnishings by famous makers, plus accent pieces and wall decor that will underline your unique sense of style. You'll find items such as genuine Lazy Boy rocker recliners for just $4.29. 5-piece dining sets starting at $5.99. For the family room, there are reclining sofas from $7.99 and up with matching reclining love seats and recliners. For the formal living room, there are sofas starting at $4.99. Don't forget the bedding department, as all mattress sets are reduced. Every piece of bedroom furniture, every piece of living room furniture and dining room furniture, every piece of furniture at Chesler's will be discounted. Chesler's Fine Furniture, Route 51 in Uniontown, where customers send their friends. You don't fix what's not broken. That's true. You don't replace what is working well. Jason Scott is doing a good job working as South Union Township Supervisor. Jason Scott utilizes his skills on a daily basis in the township office. Whether repairing storm drains, operating a plow truck, or working with his fellow supervisors on economic growth, Jason Scott is out there working for you all day, every day. Let's keep experience and integrity in the township. Keep Jason Scott, full-time South Union Township Supervisor.
Paid for by the candidate.
At what point did everything change? When did service get taken out of service industries? It's too bad, because people are busy these days. At life, at work, at play. When it comes to your hard-earned money, you want service. Real service. From a person you know and a face you trust. At a bank where changing with the times doesn't mean leaving people behind. We're proud to be a part of your community. We're United Bank, at your service.
This is Dr. Fraser Stokes of U.S. Digestive Health in Uniontown. Doctors Calabrese, Hoppy, Lorenz, and I want to wish our local football teams and fans the very best in 2025 and remind you that our board-certified gastroenterologists are always here to help you and your family with a wide variety of GI health issues. Lastly, please consider a screening colonoscopy. It's a 30-minute painless test that could save your life.
This is attorney Michael Mays of the Davis & Davis Law Firm. We have been helping injured people just like you recover millions of dollars for over 45 years. If you're hurt or injured, I want to meet you and make sure you get the money that you deserve. Call me at 724-437-2799 for your free consultation. The Davis & Davis Law Firm has been protecting our neighbors in Greene and Fayette counties for over 45 years. Go to davisanddavislaw.com or call 724-437-2799 for your free consultation.
Back here on the South Union Township Sports Network, boys soccer action. Laurel Highlands taking on Thomas Jefferson. We understand there might have been a reversal or a change on that late red card, which we thought was a hard red card, going to the Mustangs' Lucas DeGia. It appears we have not gotten confirmation yet, but the Mustangs with 11 on the field here to start the second half. It was either a soft red or reversed just to a yellow. We'll be able to tell if DeGia re-enters, but the Mustangs are playing with 11, so certainly the Mustangs catching a break when it really appeared that DeGia shouldn't have picked up the hard red in the first place, and at least being able to have their full complement of players on the field here to start the second half in a scoreless game with Thomas Jefferson. Jags now working left to right. And that coming off the far side, going right to Roman George. George was actually joking with me before the start of the game. He said, if I play well tonight, you'll have to call me a brick wall. And so far, that would hold true. as the Mustangs have yet to yield a goal so far in this match. And I think the telltale on De Gea and what the situation is if he's able to come back in the match in the next 5 minutes or so, after 5 minutes of elapsed time, then it would have been just a yellow. But if it ends up that he's not able to play, then we know it was a soft red with the Mustangs still playing with 11. Here's Radcliffe. Contact here just outside the 18-yard box. And Laurel Highlands will have a free kick foul called there on Thomas Jefferson. And Radcliffe will put this down. Prime scoring opportunity. Just outside of 20 yards from goal. And Radcliffe, 25 goals scored so far this season. They'll move the wall 10 yards back. Now they'll mark it off again. Those guys should actually be back right around the football goal line, because he's just outside the 10-yard line, which would be 20 yards from goal. They're still probably a little bit closer than 10. It's about a 6-player wall here in front of Radcliffe, who's looking to give the Mustangs the lead. He'll fire, try to go low in the cover there by Samuel Wessel, the Thomas Jefferson keeper. A pretty good opportunity there for Cole. Now he'll try to add some pressure on Wessel. He'll send it down. Nair knocks it down there for Laurel Highlands. And coming back is Jack Hilf for Thomas Jefferson, but that run short-lived. Hall sending it forward to Radcliffe on the counterattack. Wessel coming way out just to slide it away. Mustangs trying to continue to buzz. Just over 3 minutes into the second half. Hilf looking to center. Off the head of Casey Mahoney. Played back to Nairn. The blast in the direction of Hall, and then out here on the near side. The Mustangs' depth certainly tested tonight. And, of course, Thomas Jefferson had an injury to Gavin Kern late in that first half. Interesting to see if Kern's able to return for the second half here for Thomas Jefferson as well. .36-17 left in regulation. Hilf here on the near side again for the Jags. Hilf down the near wing. Little chip into the box. Mahoney knocking it down. Jags still adding pressure. Mustangs the last to touch. It'll be a throw-in. William Mosier to take it. Now they're going to switch. That might be Kern back in. Off the quick throw-in. It deflected out, and that time it went off of Thomas Jefferson going out. Yes, it does look like Gavin Kern is in the match for Thomas Jefferson, wearing number 2. Out on the far side. It's a good news there for Thomas Jefferson fans. Chase Hall trying to come back for the Mustangs. Had it knocked down. Hilf. Another lob into the box. Look out here. Jags buzzing. George coming out. Ball loose on the near corner post, and Thomas Jefferson scores the first goal of the match. That one sent in by number 27. That's Tiago Ochoa. So Tiago Ochoa, the younger of the two Ochoa brothers, the sophomore, giving Thomas Jefferson the game's first goal here at the 34:58 mark of the second half. Tiago Ochoa off the deflection, beating Roman George, and the Jags lead the Mustangs 1-0. Tough one to give up there, with Thomas Jefferson buzzing inside the box. Contact there, Nairn. And Tiago Ochoa allowing Hilf to get free here on the near side. Hilf looking for a crosser. Hilf knocking it down. Hilf trying to stay with it. And finally, the Mustangs win the ball back. Hall will try to clear it out. Kept alive there by Mosier. Again, crosses. Brody Baker there on the Laurel Highlands side. Kern will try to run it down there for Thomas Jefferson. Mustangs the last to touch. It'll be a Thomas Jefferson throw-in. And we don't see the Mustangs presenting DeGia to check back in. So my thought would be that would have been a soft red then with 2 yellows being shown. With 11 still on the field and DeGia still on the bench. And we don't usually get a lot of communication, unfortunately, from the field up here in the press box. It'd be nice if they had a way to relay some of those messages to us as far as exactly what's going on. And remember, you go back to that situation with 17 seconds left in the first half. The officials had a long discussion. It appeared for even the end of the first half, the Mustangs only had 10 on the field. I was trying to count them there late when that whole situation occurred as Cole Radcliffe tries to get free here for Laurel Highlands. Radcliffe down on the near wing, pulling back up. Radcliffe gets flipped down. Hall tries to keep it alive in a battle with William Mosier. And DeGia is coming back in. So the officials rescinded the red, made it only a yellow. Wow. Mustangs certainly fortunate to have DeGia back in that situation. It's very rare you see a red shown and then taken away. But I think that was the right call because DeGia, and the contact that was made on the field, did not deserve a red by any means. And you wonder what precipitated the official to show it in the first place, because that created all the confusion. And he actually initially pulled out a yellow but then showed the red, so it's not like he thought he had the wrong card in his hand. There's a lot of confusion here before the match. In fact, the JV match was started late and played with shorter halves because the officials that were working the game were not notified, I guess, by the school district that they were scheduled to work here. And they had only one JV official show up as Radcliffe comes free and ties the match. Cole Radcliffe, his 26th of the season, with a little backflip as we're tied at 1. What an answer back for Laurel Highlands. We've seen some fun matches as of late, especially here on the network. And Laurel Highlands, with Radcliffe's 26th of the season, has this game knotted again as we go under 32 minutes left here in regulation time. Ben Antle, a little blast back towards center. Now Antle will lob it back again. Looking for Radcliffe. As I was mentioning before the Radcliffe goal, as that one goes back to Roman George and makes the save. The JV match was started late. In fact, they didn't even know if it could be played because we didn't have officials here today. Just talking things over with some personnel. I guess there was some confusion and the officials were not notified by the district that they were scheduled to work here today. But all 3 officials did arrive before the start of the varsity games. We were able to get things started on time. But between the O'Neill injury yesterday and a meaningless non-conference game and the officials showing up late, there's certainly a lot of buzz here in the stadium when I showed up today as George with a cover there on the Laurel Highlands side. I got some confirmation from down low. Long story, it was a yellow. Obviously, we see that with DeGia out there now, but always seems to be a little drama. Jackson there, and into DeGia. He gets knocked down. And no foul there on the contact initiated by Owen Householder. on the Thomas Jefferson side. Push back to Mosier. Ansel back to Nairn. Can get it all the way out. Bodied by Mosier again, battling there with DeGia. Off of Lucas and out. Mosier takes the throw in. Nairn sends it in the direction of Ansel. Needs a clear out here, and will send it out on the near side for another TJ throw-in with 29:40 left in the second half. This match now tied at 1. There's one sent high by Jacob Serena on the Thomas Jefferson side. Then we had overtime soccer the last time the Mustangs had a home game here last Tuesday against Bethel Park. Won in the extra session by the Blackhawks over the Mustangs. And again, it kind of shows Laurel Highlands is really taken to the next level. Playing with the top dogs here in the conference. Even though they're shorthanded here tonight, trying to pull out an upset win. Slipped down there was Yager. Ball off of Thomas Jefferson going out. Mustang throwing. Mustangs again chip in Radcliffe's direction, who comes free and off the bounce with a nice blast that's knocked away by Samuel Wessel. But that ball was in the air when Cole let it rip. It was last touched by Thomas Jefferson going out, so the Mustangs will have it here with a corner kick taken by DeGia. So Lucas DeGia to put it down, 27:45 left in regulation. That ball bounces out to the far side where the Jags control as the Mustangs are unable to knock it down there inside the 18-yard box. But Elliott Bohr comes back. Over to DeGia again here on the near side. Played back by Tyler Chiarello. Honey was trying to head it along, and it goes out of play at midfield. Jags with possession. Looking for Chiarello, who finds it here, was trying to angle it off to Mosier, intercepted by DeGia, and Mosier gets back into the play to win it back by the Jags as it goes off of DeGia and out. And Mosier takes a short throw in here. Went to Owen Householder and turned over by the Jaguars. The Mustangs look for another chip in Cole Radcliffe's direction. Cole's brother Harry has been doing a fantastic job for Penn West, California. Was in fact the PSAC Special Teams Player of the Week 2 weeks ago. Now starting field goal kicker for the Vulcans. DeGia trying to clear. And that one sent wide by William Mosier. A couple of changes here. DeGia checking out. Hall back in on the Laurel Highlands side. Chase Hall wearing number 10. Sophomore. Jackson Nairn will take the goal kick. Nairn on a line drive. Was knocked down by a Householder. Headed there by Mosier. Back to Householder. Works down the near wing. Householder going deep. Looking for the cross. Goes all the way through. Jags had a couple of players there on the doorstep. All right, but we're unable to knock it down. Mustangs will take the throw-in. 25 minutes left in regulation time. Elliott Bohr got knocked down. We play on. It's center to Hall. Trying to chip it up to Cole. Hall gets it back again. The Jags go the other way. Householder with Ansel defending. Misplayed, and Mahoney able to win it back again for the Mustangs. Up to Kolensik. Settled on the far side and sent down the far line there by Yager. All the way back to Samuel Wessel, the Thomas Jefferson keeper. Mustangs send it over to Ansel again. Jags again with a knockdown. Radcliffe trying to find that loose ball. Jags another lob back. Ansel looking there for Hall, intercepted by Mosier. Mosier to Householder again on the near side. Helped along on the head. Over to Chiarello. Tyler Chiarello with the poke and a diving save from Roman George. And give George a lot of credit. Mustangs actually didn't declare a starting keeper until about 5 minutes before the match started. They had a couple of different options. And also unavailable was O'Neill's backup, Toby Downs. It was almost a situation of, hey, who wants to play goal here today? Another one sent on, and George another save. Clear going in Ethan Perkins' direction. Turned over, Jags find it. On the far side, Diego Ochoa scored the first goal of the match for Thomas Jefferson, taken away by Mahoney. Goes low back down the field, a little sidestep. No one home on the Thomas Jefferson side. Casey Mahoney again. Just blasted back towards center. We'll have substitutions getting set to occur here on both sides. And the Jags an opportunity there. Sent wide of Kern on the little clear attempt there from Ochoa. And Jason Taylor confirming for me both Downs and O'Neill. We knew O'Neill out with a bruised sternum. Downs possible knee issue as well, making him unavailable for the match on the Laurel Highlands side. And with Mosier dancing there for Thomas Jefferson, a foul called on the Laurel Highlands side will give TJ an opportunity here with a free kick. About 27 yards from goal. And Gavin Kern will come over here to take it. Kern with a blast into the box. Mustangs knock it down. Nairn looking to clear it out. Jags come back with a little poke and sent over the crossbar and out by Roman George again. George showing the hops. Jumping like that, John Smith might want him for some rebounds playing basketball in the winter. We'll get another corner, though, from the far side. Diego Ochoa to take it. Lob back near post, headed high and wide. A couple of good opportunities there for Thomas Jefferson coming up empty. Jags try to set it up again. Ochoa back to Householder, deflected wide. It'll be another corner. Put it down on the near side again. It'll be Gavin Kern. Kern set to go. Sends it high, looking for the back post. Ochoa's there, but on the run out, the Mustangs find it. Jet Yager trying to break back for Laurel Highlands. The defense has been spectacular for Laurel Highlands this evening. And the Mustangs really have shown they have the ability to play with anybody. Nairn inside of his own box. Jags knock it down again. McGee was trying to clear. Jags keep possession. Little contact, no foul called. Mahoney goes the other way. Looking there for Radcliffe. Another header back there from DeGea. Over to Hall. Looking for the through ball to Radcliffe. Never got by that last line of defense for Thomas Jefferson. Mosier. Down to Tiago Ochoa. Tiago. Well high and wide on the near side. Couple of subs here on the Laurel Highlands side. Antel's going to check out. And one other change as well. It's Mason in here for Laurel Highlands on the near side. Back to center. Serena knocked it down. Jags trying to set it up. Householder here again on the near wing. Householder on the center. A little chip out in front. Tried a little one-timer over there to Tiago Ochoa. And another nice save there from George. Something you see more in a hockey game than a soccer match. But Tiago denied on the one-timer there from George. And the Mustangs again on the counterattack. Cole Radcliffe chipped up. No foul call. Ball just out of play. Waiting for the officials to signal. It's going to be off of Laurel Highlands going out. So we'll get a goal kick, or will we? We might not. It's going to be a corner. The initial signal was goal kick. Now officials say corner kick. It'll be Chase Hall to take it from the near corner. 17:20 left in regulation time. The action has been non-stop tonight. Chase Hall, line drive this time. Radcliffe on the far side. Radcliffe going down, we play on, and TJ with a clear back to center. Mahoney with the header. On there to Brody Baker. Jags, though, get control again. Nairn with the knockdown, but couldn't get it out. Picked back up by Hilf. Over to Householder and wide here on the near side. And Nairn will take the goal kick here for the Mustangs. 16:22 left in regulation, tied at 1. Now George will take it as they switch there. Down over to Hall, who goes down, we play on. Ball ruled is not for Laurel Highlands, and out with no foul called there. Surprising. Mosier to take the throw in. Lob back on the near side. Hall goes through DeGea. Controlled again by Householder and Thomas Jefferson. Try to set it up. Look out, Mosier. A little open space. Quickly shut down on the Laurel Highlands side. Send it in again. That time it's Aiden Hadavev, who just checked in. Mustangs were the last to touch. Another little lob on the top of the box. Householder tries to go cross field on the far side. Jackson Baker looking for the clear out. 15 minutes left in regulation time. Still knotted up at 1. And this lob will just go over the goal and out the back. Another goal kick here for the Mustangs. Lucas DeGia will take a quick seat, probably get a little breather here for the final few minutes of regulation. That one going off of TJ and outs. Matt Kolensik will take the throw in. A lob it over in Cole's direction. Hall comes in. Elliott Bohr. Lob by Kolensik, but controlled again by the Jags. Diego Ochoa sending it off on the far side. A little crosser out in front, deflected down by Jackson Nairn. And Hilf sends it wide on the far side. 13:45 left in regulation. Another TJ sub. Mustangs will get DeGia back in there, replacing Chase Hall now. Jackson Nairn will take the goal kick here for the Mustangs. Another fun one to watch. One rolls over the near line and outs. Played back by Kolensik and then deflected out. The Laurel Highlands throw in. And the Mustangs back in action Thursday. They'll travel to Ringgold to take on the Rams. Thomas Jefferson will meet Bethel Park. Those two teams played to a draw earlier on this season. Jags buzzing here, looking for the lead on the near side. A little crosser out in front, deflected home. Another one-timer. Finished off. And Thomas Jefferson with a 2-1 lead. That was Tyler Serena with a go-ahead goal. Coming here at the 12:45 mark of the second half. Serena putting Thomas Jefferson up 2-1. Really haven't called his name a lot tonight. But coming through with a clutch goal, we've seen Thomas Jefferson try a lot of those little one-timers, and that time paid dividends as the backside open there behind Roman George. And again, can't say enough of George basically getting the spot start tonight with O'Neal out with a bruised sternum. George not even listed as a keeper on the Mustang roster. Up to the challenge tonight without the Mustang top two being available in goal. Brody Baker. Might have been a handball there. And TJ will get a free kick. We'll see if the Mustangs have another answer left in their tank. Cole Radcliffe, the lone goal scored for Laurel Highlands at the 32:03 mark of the second half. At that point was the equalizer after Diego Ochoa gave Thomas Jefferson a 1-goal lead. And now TJ looking for a little insurance here in front of Roman George. Ball comes back to the top of the 18 where Elliott Bohr clears it back to center. Thomas Jefferson coming in with a 9-0-1 record. 6-0-1 in conference play. The Mustangs 7-3 overall, 4-3 in the conference. They've missed the playoffs the last 3 years. In position to change that here in 2025. Now the play whistled down here. The Mustangs will get a free kick. Let's go back to DeGia here at center, and DeGia kind of fell over the ball. Sets up a counterattack here for Thomas Jefferson. Jags trying to race back. Great job by Nairn to break it up. And the shot attempt, the Jags did get on the far side was not close to threatening the back of the net. 10:24 left here in regulation time. Again, the Laurel Highlands girls in action tomorrow against Thomas Jefferson. We'll have it for you here on the network. Josh Scully will have the play-by-play for you tomorrow. Carl's back behind the camera. Should be a 7 o'clock start tomorrow for the Lady Mustangs and the Jags. And that one cleared over the near line and out. Again, our match coverage brought to you by Smith Lewis Chess CPAs in Uniontown, Davis & Davis. Attorneys at law, the Sprouse Insurance Group, and insurance agent David Hughes. SWGI specialist, now part of U.S. Digestive Health. Chesler's Fine Furniture at 51 north of Uniontown, the UPMC Rehabilitation Institute, and physical therapist Jim Burns. United Bank, the Laurel Highlands boys soccer boosters, and South Union Township supervisors Bob Schiffbauer, Rick Vernon, and Jason Scott. Got Brian Morozak with Carl Childs, Jason Taylor, your public address announcer tonight. And Thomas Jefferson trying to go up two here with a corner kick on the near side. Lob, back post. Ball comes out here again on the near side. Mosier's shot. Got knocked down. Kept alive here. Side of the box, Benjamin Powell. Back in the corner, Mosier. Goes into open space. Jags can't get a shot on goal. And the Mustangs will send it out. We'll get another throw in here for Thomas Jefferson as we go under 9 minutes left in regulation. Mosier to take it again. Soft lob into the box this time. Mustangs protecting the backside. Jackson Baker going for the clear out. His brother Brody there as well. Looks like Laurel Highlands again, the last to touch it. Maybe not. No, off of TJ and outs. The Laurel Highlands throw. Brody will take it with 8:34 to play. And now you have to get more aggressive on the Laurel Highlands side. And we mentioned earlier, Laurel Highlands playing more of a defensive set. Coming in without their starting keeper, Daniel O'Neill. And now you start throwing some defenders forward, down a goal with 8:15 to play. Trying to add a little more punch there to assist Cole Radcliffe. Radcliffe has it right now. Try to pull up. It's deflected back here on the near side. Elliott Bohr on the ball. Bohr sidestepping Mosier, coming ahead. Blasted through, but too far for Radcliffe or Kolensik to knock it down. As it rolls back again to Samuel Wessel, the Thomas Jefferson keeper. He says, hey, come and get me. And now you'll see TJ start to waste a little time here. So down to 7:38 left in regulation. They can afford to do that with a 1-goal lead. Played back to center. Mustangs. Kolensik trying to knock it down. Went on the defensive line where Jackson Nairn will send it back here on the near side to Ethan Perkins. Perkins out of the corner. Will draw a throw in. Now they'll switch takers here. And Cole Radcliffe will send it in. Watch for this one to go into the box. Goes right out in front of Samuel Wessel. Then played back to Jackson Nairn to try to tee it up. Was that a handball? It was. Off of Hilf. Be a free kick here for the Mustangs. And Cole Radcliffe, an opportunity here to tie the match on the free kick. Tied the match against Bethel Park late in regulation on a penalty kick. This free kick from 30 yards out. 4-player wall here for the Jags in front of Radcliffe. Radcliffe on the run-up. Goes low. Got deflected. Mustangs couldn't get one on goal towards Wessel. And a little miscommunication there on the TJ side. Losing control in their own zone. Be another Laurel Highlands throw-in with 5:56 to play. And now Perkins will check out on the Laurel Highlands side. Jet Yager back in. Nairn to take the throw-in. He'll send it down the near boundary line. Had a play for the Mustang cheerleaders and out. Get a quick ball in there to Jackson Nair. Goes through Radcliffe. Controlled momentarily by the Jags. Nair trying to step back up. They moved him up on the play. TJ with a little chip back. Look out there. Well out of goal is Roman George. And George racing over to the near side just sends it over the near line and out. Not used to doing that, but he's having fun back in goal here today. 4:57 left. And then the clock will stop now on some of those balls that go out of play here in the final 5 minutes in a one-goal game. TJ trying to dig it out of the corner with Tyler Serena. And Serena doing a good job there to force a corner kick. Serena with the go-ahead goal at the 12:45 mark of the second half. That has TJ up 2-1 with 4:20 to play. And they'll try to break off this corner. A low ball through on the backside. Baker came out and didn't allow the Jags to get a shot on goal, and then Ben Antle with a clear back towards center. Jackson Baker back on it, touches it in Cole's direction. 3:57 to play, Cole on the run. Cole Radcliffe trying to come forward, and they're going to call him for the foul. Now you'll see TJ take a little time off the clock. Sam Wessel will send it back the other way. Wessel back towards center. Mustangs win the ball again. Antle on the lob. Mahoney on the blast. Mustangs down 2-1 for a little late magic. And Thomas Jefferson is yet to lose a match all season. Cole on the little center down there to Jackson Baker on his horse. But Wessel with control with 2:45 to play. Wessel blasts down the far side. Jags the last to touch it. And the Mustangs will have a throw in here with 2:30 to play. No one home on the far side. Jags with a little lob. Went off the backside of the head there for Chase Hall, allowing the Jags to get control, and a pretty little sidestep from Householder as the Jags try to set it up with a little line drive that gets knocked down there by George. That was a little sidewinder there from Owen Householder. And now Jet Yager trying to fly out the near boundary side. His run interrupted there by William Mosier. Hall comes in, plays it back to Mahoney, up to Elliott Bohr, 1:47 to play. Bohr trying to get out of his own zone. Gets a little help there from Hall, back to Bohr. Goes low, but Radcliffe was breaking right. The ball went left. And the Jags find it with 1:35 to play. Mosier again. In no hurry, Nairn initiating the contact, winning the ball back there for the Mustangs. On to Radcliffe, was his jersey grabbed from behind and taken down. Now that should be a card for sure, as his jersey was grabbed from behind. He thought it was a flag football game. How is a card not issued there? I mean, how could you even allow that to happen when it was clear his jersey was being grabbed? Everybody coming up here for the Mustangs. 55 seconds left. Likely be the last opportunity Laurel Highlands has to tie the game. Radcliffe to take it from 43. Goes low, looking for a little action out in front. Can't get it. Jags look to clear here on the near side. Just wonder, how is that jersey grab missed? I mean, it was extremely evident. Ansel takes the quick throw in, 32 seconds left. I think they said Ansel was maybe over the line on the throw, or maybe took it from the wrong position. He caught him over the line on the throw. Now TJ will take their time. You got to come after whoever has the ball right now on the Thomas Jefferson side. They'll play it out. Jet Yager's looking for a ball. He'll fire it back in, 9 seconds left. And TJ chips the other way, and Laurel Highlands is going to run out of time. Another well-played game for the Mustangs. Will come up short against one of the top dogs in the conference. The Thomas Jefferson Jaguars win it 2-1 over the Laurel Highlands Mustangs here at Mustang Field. And the 2 goal scorers for Thomas Jefferson, Diego Ochoa, got things started. Tyler Sereno will end up with the game-winning goal. Cole Radcliffe scoring his 26th of the season on the Laurel Highlands side. Disappointing result for the Mustangs, but a well-played game as Thomas Jefferson knocks off Laurel Highlands by a score of 2-1. Our match tonight, a joint cooperative venture featuring Township Supervisors Bob Schiffbauer, Rick Vernon, and Jason Scott. Armstrong Cable, Breezeline Cable, and our friends at CUTV, including Gary Smith. For Carl Childs and Jason Taylor on the public address system, this is Brian Morozek. Have yourselves a pleasant good evening. Again, your final score, Thomas Jefferson 2 and Laurel Highlands 1. So long, everybody, from Mustang Field.